And then the last thing is, oh, make an assessment form. This has changed, and I love it. Do you like this piece too? Okay, I'm going to let you talk about it in a second. What? Okay, let me have the stage first. Sorry. Okay, nervous jokes, don't do that. All right.
Why I contacted them?
Okay, all right. I had to figure out, because we had a hard time giving grades. Who does not have a hard time giving grades to children with autism or MD, right? So I had to give points for what I was teaching. I put all of my activities on this list for the whole week and a half. What activities happen at night, what activities happen at daytime, they didn't recognize that. Identify the word sun, recognize that the sun is a star, whatever I was teaching, and I gave points. At the bottom, though, I put my core content standards. The real deal, not the extended, I put the real deal on there. Because every time I kept talking to Shauna, she goes, Kathy, what are your standards again? She kept asking me, like, oh my gosh, I have to memorize these? She kept going back, and it stuck with me. You kept saying, you have to go back to that gen ed standards. Yes, they're lofty. Yes, they're here. But she kept reminding me, like, you're really wanting to reach that part. So the more you read them, the better you'll get at it, okay? And plus, what happens on Fridays? What do I do with this sheet?
Send it home.
I send it home.
So we hear a lot about what they're doing, we see what they're doing,
Yeah.
but when we get a report at the end of the week that says 3 out of 5 times he did this, or
he was able to identify mood.
Was able to identify something, that gives me something concrete to know that, oh, the effort we're putting in, he's getting something to show for it. It's not just he came home and made a pretty picture. This is something that, it's data to, sorry, I'm an engineer. So that's data, so that's meaningful to me. So it's not just coming home with a star or a smiley face or good job. It's actual something we can show progress with.
And we're showing the families that I'm trying to reach here, you know, and I am differentiating, but I'm trying to reach here. Okay, and you like this?
Yes.
Well, it was nice to have parent-teacher conferences this year because they could come to the table and I could say, here really is your child's grade. I've done 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 weeks of this. I had some actual numbers to show them. And that was fun. You know, it was a good conversation to have in families like that. The piece that Kristen just whispered to me is she's like, tell them at the table, after you're done teaching a lesson, like say I did that stars are different colors, okay, in the sky. They're red, yellow, white, and they're hot and cold stars. She said, I did formative assessment. Mm-hmm. I put the pieces on a Velcro strip, and I asked them right then to demonstrate their knowledge. And I'm always trying to be mindful that in March, I'm going to have to sit across the table from my student, give them 3 choices on an index card. They look like index cards, pictures, and say, show me or tell me which star, you know, whatever the question is. And they're going to have to respond. So I tried to practice giving the question and them having to put it in my hand or show me or tell me.